Hi, everybody. How are you today? It has been a nice, quiet day for me. This week, I don't have to go to work and I don't have any school. So I didn't sleep in though. I woke up really early and um, I listened to Natalie. And then, hi, Evie, how are you? And then I just kind of spent the day on YouTube and listening to folks and listening to what everybody had to say about the Mike Rinder John Atack response. That was really interesting to hear what everybody had to say about that. Um, I should have gone downtown. The sun came out for just a little while this afternoon. Hey, Lisa, how are you? The sun peeked out for just a little while, and I thought, oh, I wish I was downtown. This would be a great time to protest. But I'm going to try for tomorrow afternoon. Um, see how many days I can get down there this week. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow and rain again on Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, Laura Font and I, I'm so excited. Laura Font and I are going to do afternoon, 1 o'clock, Lisa. Laura Font and I are tomorrow, Wednesday. We're going to do an interview together to talk about how each of us got involved in protesting Scientology. So if you guys think that would be interesting, please tune in and hear our conversation. Tuesday and maybe Friday this week. That sounds good to me, Lisa. Laura Font and I are doing a conversation Wednesday about how each of us got into protesting Scientology, and that promises to be really interesting. We haven't discussed it before. Um, I'm looking forward to it a lot. Laura Font is amazing. She protests in Seattle, and she's gone out and had some great interactions with Scientologists on the street out there. Yes, of course, Saturday. Saturday is going to be so much fun. I am looking forward to Saturday. I've got it blocked off. Although I've got a little bit of problem. I've got my youngest has a tournament that day, and so hopefully the time that she's performing will not be in the middle of the time I'm supposed to be downtown. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that, because I certainly can't miss her performance in her tournament. Hey, Oregon Valley girl, good to see you today, too. How's your day been going? It has been a quiet day here at the Hey Carrie Ann house. Not much going on. Um, I've got an appointment later this afternoon. So, yeah, that's what's going on. It's a quiet day. What have you guys got going on for the week? The week is looking amazing. I think there's good weather forecasted to. You have trust issues. Trust issues with the phone or trust issues with someone else, Oregon Valley girl?
With the weather.
Trust issues with the weather. There you go. Trust issues with the weather. That would be a thing in Oregon this time of year. Evie, Yeah, trust issues indeed. Trust issues all over the place. I'm realizing I don't have much to say, you guys. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the mic render flap some more, or is there something else that's come up, that's come online that you guys want to talk about today? I think I said my piece the other day about the Mike Render John Atack interview. I think it was a fluffball piece. Big tech. Yes, big tech Oregon Valley girl. Parrot all and answer all of those questions about will you trust us? Will you trust us? No, I don't. That is why we don't have a ring camera in our front at our front door is for and cameras all over the house is for lack of trust with big tech and what they're going to do with the data. Isn't that right? Hubby says, yes, that's right. He's sitting playing video games. He took the week off as well. Hubby says, yes, that's right. We have big tech issues, and hubby works in tech. Tech has passed you by a bit, and you're pissed at yourself too. Being a hermit has its issues. Indeed, it does, Oregon Valley girl. Indeed, it does. And I feel the tech passing me by every single day being in college. The kids just, I mean, PowerPoint is almost an old tool. Hey, Fluffer, how are you? PowerPoint is almost an old tool. They use Google Slides, they use all these slide decks they get online. It's just amazing the work that they do in with their computers. And I've just got a little iPad and I poke and prod, and it's almost impossible for me to do the tech things the kids are doing. I feel it every day. Our favorite squirrel, indeed, our favorite squirrel. We are so glad they are here. I hope you're feeling better, Fluffer Squirrel. I know I said that earlier, but now I get to say you on purpose. Oh, Evie, thank you. I'm glad you appreciated it. I wasn't sure if I was bringing anything new to the table. Because Marilyn and Poe and Mama's Mama and so many other people had already talked about it. Um, I don't think it was an interview. I had to it took me several hours to go through that interview and to discern what the actual questions were because it wasn't really an interview. It was like a softball conversation. I think Orion wants to come up and see everybody. We will see. There's husband's video game in the back. You guys see? He's playing video games.
You can turn it off.
I did. Now the dog who wanted to come up doesn't want to come up anymore. He wants to pester hubby. Hubby doesn't want the dog. Come here. Come here. No. It was a conversation between two people who were motivated to build each other up. The question is, what are you playing?
Starfield.
Starfield. He is playing Starfield. They can't see it anymore.
Good.
Yeah. Conversation between two men intent on building each other up in order to restore the reputation of Mike Rinder, and everybody's walking into the room where I'm doing a live, so I've got a live audience as well as a studio audience. It's pretty funny. And there's squirrels in the yard apparently. two people intent on building each other up to restore Mike Rinder's reputation based on John Aitak's reputation, but John Aitak didn't impress me enough to completely restore Mike Rinder's reputation. It just seemed like a whole lot of patting each other on the back. And Fluffer Squirrel, I agree. I should have been showing these, everybody. It's really hard to see so many people upset, and the injustice really gets to me. I just get a bit down on life and have to take a break. Really appreciate the community. It is really hard to see so many people upset, and the injustice is very difficult, Fluffer Squirrel. And I'm so glad that you took some time out for yourself. That's really important. Holding each other's hands because they don't know what to do with us. I think that's probably true, Oregon Valley girl. I think that they have Oregon Valley girl's problem, Oregon Valley girl. They have your problem of tech passing them by and not being quite sure what to do with it. They don't know how to respond to criticism. And that is a little bit disconcerting. It's also really, really frustrating because what they're calling attacks is really criticism. The other thing that really bent me, and I've said it before, I will say it again, I can't quit saying it. Mike Rinder did not take down that police report from his blog after he knew the entire community was up in arms about it. He still left it up on his blog. He left it up and responded non-defensively and with fervor when John Atack asked him if he'd done it, explained how it was completely legal that he'd done it, and then, for goodness sake, he explains that the cop called and asked him to take it down. And he had said, of course, if you think that will help, I will take it down. So when the cop called, he said, yes, I'll take it down. He didn't bother to take it down when the community was upset. And that's the thing that really, I mean, there's so much to get upset about in that interview. But Lisa, you're completely right. That interview was a joke. It was a definite joke. A lot of men, present company accepted, thank you, can't handle the new mouthy ladies. It sure does seem that way, doesn't it? It sure does seem that way. And what about his comment about how it, and this wasn't in the video, this was in the email response that I think Marilyn talked about, saying that the abuse that they had received, especially toward the women, that's, well, I'll say again, if there's abuse going on, it needs to stop. That is not okay. And really I suppose it would be really great if they were naming names about where the abuse was coming from, if they know, and doing things they need to do to make the abuse stop, because we don't want that. We don't want that in our community at all. Again, I will say I made a vow to myself to be Fluffer Squirrel, a cheerleader, lifting people up and noticing their efforts and good qualities. I saw none to comment on in the Mike Rinder interview. Yeah, Fluffer, it was pretty. I really tried. I tried to lead with tolerance and compassion, just like Mike Atack said, or John Atack said at the end of his video. Lead with tolerance and compassion. And so there were several times where I was like, maybe Mike really didn't know. But the problem really is, even if he didn't know, Mike G, how are you? Lurking as always. It's glad present company was accepted earlier, huh? Now I lost my thought. Nope, it's gone. Completely gone. Sorry about that. Let me see if reading Fluffer Squirrel's comment. Oh, I was trying to lead with tolerance and compassion. And there were several times where I was like, maybe he didn't know. But even if he didn't know, the way that he is doing this, the way that he's approaching it, the way he's responding continues to make it worse, and continues to, I'll just say, it'd be really great if they would hire a PR agency. I would be happy if they would hire a PR agency who could help them deal with this flap, because I'll tell you what, everything gets quiet, and then Mike Rinder says something else and everybody gets all worked up again. It it's not a good uh pattern. It's not a good pattern to have. Lisa, speech to text doesn't like you. It usually doesn't like me either, which is annoying. I have to go back and listen to the audio and correct everything if I use speech to text. Oregon Valley Girl, that's something else that I really, really thought about as Mike talked about how there are doers and there are spectators, and how he really thinks that what everybody else is doing isn't useful, isn't helpful. But at the same time, he's talking about how difficult the criticism has been for he and Mark Headley and Claire Headley and Matt Pesh and Amy Scobie. So he's, by default, he's acknowledging that the tactics that are being used are effective at something. Now, I'm not sure that I agree with these tactics being used against Mike Rinder and the Aftermath Foundation board. I would prefer that people be polite and kind, and I would hope that that's what's going on. And it's just being completely the criticism is being misunderstood as an attack. That is my hope. My guess is that people are being um, not as kind as I would hope. Nonetheless, I hope that nobody is making it attack, because Mike Rinder has done, as everybody else has said, an inordinate amount of good. Why they can't look and see the usefulness or the effect that the protesting is having and still call it, I don't know what they call it. They think it's useless. They think it's not worthwhile. They think we're spectators. So we are getting louder. We are getting louder. When I started going downtown, it was just me. And now there's a crew of several of us who go down there regularly. And that's happening in city after city. So it makes a huge difference. Mike G, you're always welcome to lurk. We love having you here. And we're really sorry that you can't come tomorrow. Yeah. So anything else you guys want to talk about? It's harder for me to do stream of consciousness when hubby's in the room. When I have a live audience as well as a studio audience, it makes it a little more difficult. Ah, we'll keep that in mind in the future, Mike. That's good to know. Next quarter, it looks like Wednesdays and some other day are going to be my day for being downtown. I'm not sure what time yet. I've got to get my class schedule worked out, but it's probably going to be early afternoon. That I'll be downtown on Wednesdays and then maybe one weekend day, but we shall see. We shall see. Oh, not a PhD, only a master's. I'm only going for my master's. I am not anywhere near confident enough or prone to self punishment enough to work on my doctorate. My master's is giving me enough fits. I can't imagine going on to my doctorate at this point. I will finish up. I will finish up the 4 classes that I have yet to take. I'm taking one at a time, so it's going to take me a little over a year to finish up. Yeah, Lisa. My master's. He is totally fine with it. Of course he is. He might even be proud of me when I finish. Maybe. He says maybe. PhD scares me to death. I'm having a hard enough time focusing on what I need to do for my master's. My ADHD won't play well with the requirements, I don't think, of a PhD. So, got a doctor appointment today. Tomorrow I'm going to go downtown. Wednesday is, if you guys, I'm going to say it again. Oh, and like and subscribe. Only about 50% of you are subscribed. I get so many views from people who aren't subscribed. It only takes a minute. I know most of you are already subscribed, but for those of you on the replay crew who are watching, please like and subscribe. It all helps. I need every little bit. I am coming up on, let's see, I've got 700 and almost 750 subscribers and almost a little over 800 watch hours. And in order to be monetized for super chats and memberships, I need to have 1,000 members and 3,000 watch hours. So we're getting close to the membership numbers that I need. The watch hours are still the really hard one to do. And in order to get fully monetized, I need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 viewers. So little by little, we're getting about 100 watch hours a week. So little by little, we're knocking it out. but every little bit helps. And I appreciate all of you for taking the time to come in and sit and listen to me babble about who knows what. And Lisa is right. You should always check your subscriptions to your favorite channels. Occasionally, YouTube will unsubscribe you. Fluffer Squirrel, I did not repost what you shared from Louis Repetto. I will go look as soon as I'm done with this live and try and take a look. What does it say? Lisa, congratulations. Congratulations for hitting 500. That's so exciting. Good for you. Good for you. Fluffer Squirrel, about turning on monetization? No, I did not see that post. I will go look at it. Thank you. It's good to know. Layla, hello. Welcome. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Oregon Valley Girl, exactly. Woohoo, Lisa's day off. 500 is amazing. 500 is amazing. It's really hard work, you guys, to just keep at it. But actually, it's not really hard work. You guys make it sort of easy to come on here and babble about things. And you're interested and you like to hear what I have to say. It's like having a best friend on the internet. It's amazing. I can see why Reese, with all her subscribers, talks about it being what's the word I want? Being healing for her to have the YouTube channel. I think that makes a lot of sense. The SPTV community, is amazing at coming together and supporting and celebrating people, just like Evie did right there. Congrats, Lisa's day off. That sounds great. Oregon Valley Girl, tell me more about Jen's WoW class. That looks good. I'm not sure about that. And I saw this too, Oregon Valley Girl. I'll be trolling around LA for subs for you tonight just for fun. Thank you. Are you in LA right now? I really appreciate trolling around LA for subs for me. It's fun. Occasionally Danny pops in and sends people over, and I really appreciate that too. It's very kind of him. Fluffer Squirrel, congratulations to Lisa. Yeah. If you're not subscribed to Lisa's Day Off, please go over and give her a subscription. And also to Mike G503. And also, hey Fluffer, do you have Mama Cat 1? Please go subscribe to Mama Cat 1. She audits downtown San Francisco. She does audits in San Francisco and does an amazing job. And Fluffer Squirrel turned me on to her. And she's amazing. So just a random call out. Go check out Mama Cat 1 and Rika PDX and Mike G503 and at Lisa's Day Off. There you go. Gen Wow is a moderator class, you think, but I might learn some YouTube. Okay, I will look up Gen Wow on the YouTube's Oregon Valley girl. Um, you might learn you some YouTube, huh? It's it's actually more fun than I ever expected. Now, having subscribers makes a difference. It makes a big difference. It's really hard kind of talking to a camera that says there's 0 people listening. It's a little easier when you know there's people behind the camera, believe it or not. Um, and especially when you get people that you get to know, it makes a difference. Mod School 101 with Jen and Ellie. Fluffer, will was that on YouTube? Will you email me the link? I would really appreciate that. You've been volunteered a couple of times now? Well, yeah, because everybody loves you, Fluffer. Of course you've been volunteered. Yeah, my email is on my page. It's totally on my page. So, okay, guys, I've got a doctor appointment in a half an hour and I need to wrap up here and get off to the doctor's office. But I just wanted to come on for a quick hello, say hi to everybody, and not miss a day. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock, if not earlier. Lisa and I will be downtown, and hopefully we can catch some live ones. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for everything you do. You do matter. That was another piece. You know, there's doers and there's spectators, but I'll tell you what, I would not have a YouTube channel if it wasn't for the spectators. So I think um I think the spectators are vitally important. Yeah. I think the spectators are very important. And Lisa, you're right. I try to talk anywhere when there are 0 people in case somebody watches the replay. Yeah, you can't see my email. Here it is. Make sure and remember, Fluffer Squirrel, that there's three N's in the Carrie Ann. So how many Minnesota goodbyes have we had yet? There's enough. Bye, everybody. Fluffer Squirrel, I hope you've got it by now. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.